A border crossing between Poland and Ukraine will be partially open to commercial traffic on Monday, Ukraine's infrastructure minister announced on Sunday. Alexander Kubrakov said the Uryniv-Dolhobichov crossing would be open to empty trucks leaving Ukraine as the first point on a list of actions aimed at blocking the border. We're opening the Uryniv-Dolhobichov crossing for the movement of empty lorries leaving Ukraine, he wrote on Facebook. This is a border crossing that usually functions only for passenger cars and buses. In cooperation with the Polish Ministry of Infrastructure and the Lubelski province, with the support of the European Commission, DG Move, it has been possible to achieve an agreement in the matter, opening a lane for lorries of a weight of 7.5 tons, the Post continued. Kubrakov said that this was the first move Ukraine was making to unblock the border, reduce queues and increase the flow of traffic between Poland and Ukraine. He added that work was continuing towards ending a blockade that has seen long tailbacks in recent weeks due to the actions of protesting Polish hauliers as part of a dispute between Poland and Ukraine over international trucking rights. Other steps agreed on between Warsaw and Kiev included creating separate electronic passes for empty vehicles at the Yahodin, Dorohovsk and Krakivets-Korchova crossing points and launching a pilot electronic queuing system. This will make it possible to lift the blockade as soon as possible and establish uninterrupted traffic across the border, the border guard's statement read. Ukraine's ambassador to Poland, Vasyl Zwarich, said earlier on the 4th of December that some compromises had been reached between the Polish and Ukrainian governments regarding the blockade. And we really hope that these proposals, which we worked out together with the Polish government, will be enough for the protesters to stop the protest. Zwarich said. The drivers, who started their protest on the 6th of November, are demanding the reintroduction of commercial permits for Ukrainian companies carrying goods other than humanitarian aid and military equipment, as well as a suspension of operating permits for Ukrainian haulage firms set up after the outbreak of the war in Ukraine. They complain that their business has been undercut by Ukrainian firms, which pay much less to their truckers and thus have lower operating costs, but are competing with Polish firms. The tougher stance by Poland is supported by Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki, who said, "We will very strongly and unequivocally demand the restoration of transport permits for Ukrainian drivers." Polish, Slovakian and Hungarian drivers complain that their Ukrainian peers offer cheaper prices for their services and also transport goods within the EU, rather than just between the bloc and Ukraine. Ukrainians are allowed to operate on the EU market, but they are exempt from the EU regulations regarding minimal pay or rest time that strangle trucking companies on the continent.